Don't let abuse have an effect on your self value. Hello, everyone. My name is Jaslyn Kaur. I am the founder of Quantum Counseling, a therapist and a life coach here in Canada. In this video, I wanted to talk about a conversation I had with my business coach this morning. And I think the breakthrough that I had in the coaching call, I think you guys can benefit from it too. So, this is a very vulnerable story, so bear with me. I was talking to my coach about my next goals as a business owner and how I've been showing up on social media, how I've been showing up on YouTube. And she pointed something that just blew my mind away. And by the way, what she pointed out, I teach. I teach that in my coaching. I teach that in my counseling. As a therapist, I teach that to my clients. And yet, this belief snuck up again. And mind you, I have been on this journey for deep healing, therapy, and coaching from 4 years, and it still shows up because I'll tell you why. When you are raised in an environment where you have had childhood trauma, and it's been 25 years, you are in that identity of somebody who's deeply hurting, who's deeply um, feeling the trauma in her body. And she's having a lot of pain because of the things as a child she had to suffer. Your identity, you start identifying with the pain body. And this is also something Eckhart Tolle also talks about. But anyways, I won't go into much detail. But I was sharing with she asked me this one question and it just completely blew my mind. And she asked me, where in your life are you seeking value from the outside? And I was like, oh my God, I am considering myself not to be valuable because of um there were 2 points that came up for me. So my weight came up and then my credit card debt came up. Now, as a business owner, you know, I when I started my business a year ago, I had to invest something. I had to take a risk on my credit card and open my business. And so I did. But I carried shame. I didn't even know I was carrying shame because it doesn't make sense. Debt is something in business that you can leverage. And instead of viewing that as an investment, I was making it something about me. I and I think the way you view money is so different. And I was doing money inner work with my coach, and all of this stuff came up that, hey, I think because I have student loan, I'm feeling not valuable. And also, I had a health issue come up, and because of that health issue, I was gaining weight. And I was like, because I'm gaining weight and because I have this debt, I'm feeling like I am not valuable as a woman. And when I thought of it, and when I questioned myself, is that really true? I realized no, I've been lying to myself. Our external circumstances has nothing to do with our value as a woman or as a man, because as human beings we are incredibly powerful. And I teach this and yet I forgot. Like, it shows up in sneaky ways. After going through narcissistic abuse, I would always seek value by being in a relationship. If I was in a relationship, I considered myself to be to be a woman that is respected in the society, a woman who's valuable. And if I am not in a relationship, I felt like Who am I? Like I felt shame. And when you go through childhood trauma, abuse makes us think, abuse creates shame in ourselves, in our psyche. And because of that shame, we feel like we are not good enough, we are not valuable, we are not valuable. And I had worked on this with relationships, with all of that, but this pattern snuck up in my money story. And when I realized this, I was like, you know what? This belief system no longer serves me. And I'm going to believe in something else. And my new belief is that I am valuable because I am made up of atoms. Atoms are 99.99% energy and 0.01% matter. The latest science has proved that the empty space that is an atom, it's basically an energy field. It's it's so powerful that we even don't have any idea. And when I realized that, wow, like there is an all-knowing wise intelligence flowing through me, who's keeping my body healthy, who is helping me breathe air into my lungs, who's keeping my heart beating without me even thinking about it. I connected with that intelligence and I realized that if that intelligence is within me, of course I'm valuable because I'm one with that intelligence. I am one with the creator. And this is why the quantum field was such a game changer in my healing journey, recovering from a lot of trauma abuse in the past, because I know that we all come from the quantum field. Quantum field, you can call God, quantum field, source, whatever you want to call it. Quantum field has unlimited potentials, and everything is existing in the now as a frequency, as a vibration. When I think about the quantum field and when I think about myself, if I came from source and I know that in the atoms there is the observer effect, that means that there's a whatever I focus on, there is an observer inside me that is going to put that thing into reality, because our thoughts are like energy waves. So if I'm focusing on, oh my God, because I have debt, because I am gaining weight, I am not valuable, that is creating my reality because that thought has a frequency to it. So from my brain, I am broadcasting a frequency that is no longer serving me. When I feel invaluable, I feel sick to my stomach. I kid you not. I do not feel good. So I understand the power of my thoughts. And I was like, okay, if the observer is within me and I believe in the power of my thoughts, I believe in the power of my mind, of course I am valuable. Of course I am valuable. I am one with the creator. It's within me. My value and, you know, I forgot today in this area. And it changed my life. It changed my perspective when I started journaling about it. And I realized that, wow, the most valuable thing is my brain. Because of my brain, I can get creative. I can have out of the box ideas. I can have a thought and I can focus on that thought. And then that thought can manifest into my real life. And I have personal truth from this principle. I'm not just like saying it because I read it somewhere. I have personally experienced that, and yet I forget. We are wired to forget that we are divine. We are wired to forget that we have power. This is why I wanted to make this video, because I want every woman to realize that she is the creator of her own life. By changing her thoughts, by changing her belief, she can change her life. I literally I've promised myself that from now on I'm going to be more careful because I want to show up. I want to live my life as somebody believing that I am valuable, and external circumstances does not change my inherent value. Same goes for you. It doesn't matter how many pounds you lose. It doesn't matter how much money you earn. It doesn't matter what kind of partner you attract. Your value comes from within you. If you rely on your external circumstances, like I was, we both would be on this wheel of constant chasing the next goal, and never being happy where we are at, never appreciating, wow, like I am valuable. I am valuable because I come from source. It's within me. I am one with God. When I have that belief, I feel unlimited. I feel in love with life. I'm filled with passion. I'm filled with inspiration. And I want you to feel this way also. I want you to have a happy life. I know abuse is not an easy thing to overcome, but you deserve the best. I think of my abuse as, because I was abused, the connection that I have with God, I get to have a deeper connection because I can feel so deeply. And I am so grateful for my traumas. Because of my trauma, I have more knowledge today with creation as a human being, with manifesting things in my life. So I'm so grateful. I would have never discovered the quantum field if I didn't go through my traumas. So I'm so happy if I had to suffer in order to realize that I am the creator of my life. It was worth it. And I want you also to get on that journey, to evolve, to grow, because any challenge you're facing right now, that is your opportunity to show yourself how great you are. And I had this, that is why it's called self value, because it's coming from self. Only you can give it to yourself. If you rely on other people, you would be dependent on them. But when you catch yourself, when the thought of like, oh, why did you spend that? You tell yourself, I spent that money because I am valuable. I deserved it. When you criticize yourself, oh my God, you look fat, you tell yourself, I love my body. It doesn't matter how my body looks on the external. I'm still valuable. I'm still valuable at 120 pounds. I'm still valuable at 200 pounds. You can still work on getting, you can still work on your goals, being more healthier and having more energy. That goal gets to be valid, but it cannot impact your value as a creator, as a being. Even if you're not satisfied with where you're at career wise, even if you're not satisfied where you're at in your love life, it does not matter. If you will not value yourself when you're single, if you are not going to value yourself when you are in an abusive relationship, if you're not going to value yourself when you are not earning the money you want to earn, even if you get that goal, I promise you, you'll get there, and then you will set a new goal. You will continuously increase the bar, and then you're going to be like, oh, I've achieved this goal. Now when I get there, then I'm going to feel valuable. And then when you achieve that goal, then you're going to give yourself another goal. And this kind of living, it's like, I can tell you, I have burnt myself out in the past. When I used to be an accountant, I used to work 16 hours in one day. 16 hours in one day, Monday to Saturday, and I would still go to the gym. I had no life. I wouldn't allow ease. I wouldn't allow play. I was punishing myself. I want to see women emotionally free from their own self inflicting rules. Why are we putting these rules on ourselves? We are no longer a little girl. We all are adults. And it's time to change your beliefs. It's time to change your energy. It's time to change your life. The link to book a counseling or a coaching session is in the description box. Let me know your greatest takeaway. I love you. You are valuable. You are the creator of your life, and you can do anything in this life once you set your mind onto it. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.